So yeah, the first thing you do is ask a question. Then after that, we go through this thing called set the stage, where we figure out where does the scene happen, and we review established facts, which is.
But before that first thing you do, you pick the lens. Before the first thing you do is the lens.
Okay. What's picking the lens again?
No, we've already. I thought we picked picking the lens is Esther, right?
I was just foisting it upon her. Yes.
Yeah.
But sorry. I mean, then the lens chooses the thing to focus on, right? That's what I mean. It happens before we ask a question.
Yeah. No, you state the question first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you know what to ask a question of? What does the lens do then?
The lens asks the question.
Oh, right. But I just
meant, after that.
Sorry. Okay, I was confused. I was talking about the focus.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens before you ask the question. But we don't. I was just being confused.
Yeah. Why am I not seeing them use any example of the focus? One sec. Making history, scenes. One sec. I'm just going to hit Command F and write focus. Picking the focus. On page 19. The lens picks a focus. That's all it says. On your turn, you can create either a period, an event, or a scene, or two nested things if you're the lens. These are the building blocks that outline your history. Periods show us the big picture, the broad sweep of history. Events zoom in closer and explore specific incidents from that period. And scenes zoom all the way in and reveal what happens moment by moment with the scene. We've only played with the scene version of this game. We haven't built any periods or events. The scenes seem like the most fun and the easiest thing to participate in. I think there's also a part of this game that we're not actually doing, where what happens on a turn, and I think we're actually only playing 75% of this game, but it seems to be working, so I don't see a reason to stop. And I'm not going to stop and study it right now to. So yeah, I mean, it might be hard for Esther to be the lens because she can't see this as well, or understand what any of them, what half the stuff or 3/4 of the stuff means.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because I don't know the narrative that's been happening, so it might be hard for me to ask questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where our Bodro Project characters are. I guess they're somewhere in the rise of the viral brand in this period over here. So almost everything that's happened. Oh yeah, we're around the After Now campaign in Bodro Project. So pretty much everything on this board, Esther, is before the events of Bodro Project.
So it's a prequel. To our
Yeah. Yeah, it's when they came out with those crazy new Star Wars movies. You guys remember those? Attack of the Clones, and Attack of the Clones 2 and 3.
Star Wars, the newest one of the trilogy, you think of as Attack of the Clones 3. Is that what you're saying? Phantom Menace?
No, I don't think they called them Star Wars. I think they called them Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Attack of the Clones, Rise of the Sith or something. I'm
Which-
pretty sure.
Which intern is the closest to Jar Jar Banks?
That's a question that you could ask.
Yeah, that sounds like a important question to be asked.
I feel like the answer is just going to end up being intern 3D poo.
Poor
Like,
intern Pooh.
We kind of lean on him as a narrative device. After last time we played this, intern 3D poo was like not a hologram. He was like a real flesh and blood intern, and he was like a war veteran, like a traumatized war veteran who showed up at an art show with like a random thing in his hand, and everyone at the art show treated it like an artistic masterpiece.
Nice. Was intern 3D Pooh actually playing, or just like someone else was playing him?
No, Sam was playing him.
Okay. Yeah, he's like always being appropriated by all of us to
Yeah.
meet our ends.
He was also in the first time we played it in person, and intern 3D Poo was there, and I think he was like, wasn't he like a huge diva or something like that?
Yes,
Like-
or a leader of the revolution, actually, like a Che Guevara type.
Right,
I wasn't there for that.
but also a diva, I think. Like,
Yeah, I think he might have ruined things.
yeah.
We just, because intern 3D Poo is our only fan, we treat him like a god.
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand. It's you need to really celebrate the few fans they have.
Yeah, it's called community.
We're trying, yeah. We're trying to turn the whole celebrity worship model on its head. So it's like, instead of like one celebrity having like millions of fans, it's like small groups of celebrity have one fan that they worship.
Yeah, the fan is actually the celebrity.
Letting him to know to
Yeah.
come on
It's a better system.
and watch. Yeah.
All right, how do we want to proceed? How do we want to start this?
Kat said she would be the lens, or the focus picker.
Kat, pick a focus. Hey, focus picker.
Sorry.
Can I see the screen again? So I'll pick an event. I would like to choose fan art lobby decor.
Where is that?
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love, that's my favorite. That's like the oldest, like, worst joke that has, for whatever reason, like, been made super canon. Great, I'm super excited to flesh out this joke for the first time in like a decade. Cool. So I guess like, for the portion that's setting the scene, I'm just going to tell everyone what the fan art lobby decor is. You all are familiar with it in some level because you actually went there in our first, in the first time we ever played Bodro Plaza. When you guys entered the Top Guy Mountain headquarters, you were like in a strange room filled with like fountains and like staircases and furniture. And you met intern Theo there, and you were naked, and you like got brought up to Americanotopia for a second before being flung into intern purgatory. So the reason that that room exists is that early on in Tough Guy Mountain's existence, they allowed fans to submit, to like send furniture that they wanted to see in the lobby. Like, they were going to crowdsource their lobby design. But it was kind of a failed project because it was so popular, and they were just sent so much. They were sent way more like furniture and fountains than they needed. All the fountains were like Tough Guy Mountain themed. They all had like the logo sort of built into it in some way. And so they needed to build an entire storage room just for all the incoming fan art in the form of lobby furniture that was coming in. And and then they eventually did something entirely different with their actual lobby, which is now Americanotopia. So, but this would be during the time, I suppose. I guess it depends on what question is asked, but this will probably be during the time when the fan art lobby decor campaign was in full swing, and we didn't know what horrors would befall us.
Because it could happen at any time. It just has to have something to do with the fan art lobby campaign.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I make the question
So,
too?
Esther, do you want to? Do you want to be the lens
I
tap?
do.
Then do it.
I'm going to, so the question is, who submitted the blue hedgehog skin rug to the fan art lobby
Who
decor?
submitted the blue hedgehog skin?
Yeah, like hedgehog skin, like instead of tiger skin rug, it's hedgehog skin.
Wow. Like how many
you're muted or
blue
something.
hedgehogs would you need to kill?
Yeah, Maya, I think you've been muted for a while.
Oh no, it's something else that
Oh.
we can't.
Yeah, Maya, I haven't
now you're
heard-
muted, Maya, but you weren't before, but we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Is there a button on your
Does
headphones?
Oh, Maya, there's a mute thing on your headphones. You probably might have clicked with your fingers. On the cord. I do this sometimes, so I'm assuming you did it. Yeah. Just make sure the volume's turned up and the microphone's also really far away from your mouth. I don't think that's the problem.
I still can't hear her.
Me neither. Maya, do you want to check your settings and make sure that you're like feeding into the right mic?
Mike. Okay, someone sing the microphone song.
No, I'll discuss what we're eating for dinner today because I always discussed what we were eating for dinner last week. So
yeah,
this
we
is
have.
like, oh, go
sorry.
for it.
I was just gonna say, do we have theme topics for when there's technical difficulties?
Yeah, someone should be in charge of like setting the agenda for technical difficulties. Maya, say something?
But
Hello?
yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we're
Yay!
Yay,
Yeah.
sorry
We
about that.
got
I've been saying funny things this whole time and validating what everyone was saying, and no one heard my words
I'm
of validation.
No, you haven't. No, you
I had-
haven't.
I had
You were
pictures
just
of
like,
hedge-
I'm taking a break.
Look at this
I'll
picture
just
of a
tell them I was
hedgehog.
muted.
No!
I haven't heard from you in like 20 minutes.
I've been saying words of validation this whole time. Why nobody?
Your witty comments are lost to time.
Yeah, how are you like coping this whole time being so ignored?
I just thought people were like concentrating on something else, and I was like, okay, well, it's fine.
No one's got time for poor little Maya.
I just hate being validated. So
How well does OBS Ninja work for everyone?
Seems Jay.
Fine.
I just like it for the way that I can compose it in OBS, but I don't really like using it for video calling that much.
For me, the video lag is so off that I have to just not look at the screen. Like it's always a significant lag, so that people are never lined up with their mouth moving. I've also noticed that like going back to look at like YouTube videos to try to remembering something that happened that I wanted to record for game purposes, like it'll just be frozen for the entire video.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Your
Like,
video will be.
that's not what our preview shows.
No, like I'll do you remember when I was trying to remember what happened in our last campaign? I went back and watched the video, and like the whole thing was frozen for the last like 45 minutes, just like there was no video, just stills of our face. So I might contend that it's a I mean, I haven't gone
Was
back
there
and checked everything every time we've used it, but yeah, there's audio. It was just an audio recording. It also worked for the first like 20, 30 minutes and then stopped. And we just frozen for the rest of it. So I would at least like to open an investigation to whether OBS Ninja works at all outside of doing the intended visual effect.
Were we using it last?
I think we've been using it the last like 5 or 6 times we played. But I haven't looked at all of them, so I don't know that it's entirely not working.
I'm just looking at it, looking at the past videos, see if it looks like anything. But you don't. Do you want to switch right now? Cause.
No.
Okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah. No, I just think maybe we'll investigate in between them, but let's get the blue hedgehog skin rug. So yeah, now we have to so just getting back to so the question has been stated. That's step 1. Step 2 is set the stage. We mostly decide the event the scene is in. If there are already scenes in that event, put it before or after. We're just putting there's no scenes in this event. Review established facts. Refresh everyone's memory about things we already know that they're on the scene. We've done that. Where, why, what just happened, or what's next. Describe where the scene physically takes place and what is going on. Are the characters here for a reason? Is there something they intend to do? What happened just before the scene? If there are any specific incidents implied in the event description or the question, say whether this is before or after. So we could also, I think we did these out of order last time, and I kind of want to do them out of order again. Oh, I guess like, Kat, you're supposed to say something like, it's night shift on the bridge of the Icarus, and the captain should be asleep, but he's checking on his green crew. We know the ship is going to discover the ghost planet, but that hasn't happened yet. It's a normal cruise so far. We could also pick characters and let that inform what's going to happen. Or Kat, you could set the stage.
Let me think.
It can have to do with anything.
Not
It has to
just
do with the fan art lobby
yeah.
decor, but it could happen as part of any event or period or scene.
But the event is a particular fan art lobby decor is a particular event, so it would.
And that's the focus. So it has to have something to do with that event.
Yes, and then I have the question of who sent the blue hedgehog skin rug, and then
Is it real hedgehog skin?
we'll find out.
Oh shit.
I'm going to stop
And
sharing
let's
the
see.
screen
So
now.
creation of intern purgatory.
You could just make it happen around the fan art lobby decor event.
I'll make it. So
The TGM HQ exists, but it's new.
yeah,
Intern Purgatory exists, but it's new. The creation of Executive Empyrean exists, but it's new. And now it's like we are building the lobby.
yeah. So I was
we're
just
a
trying
new
to think of what
company.
characters were here, and I think every character. Oh no, wait, not not Caillou. But the
right,
big three.
There's only 2 executives at this point.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. So is there an intern Stan? There's no intern Stan, right?
No, there's only 2 executives, and there's only, in theory, there's like only 2 interns.
Whoa.
Everyone else is still a normal person at this point. So Ivan and Joan are demons. Isaiah and Johnny are sweet little interns, and everyone else is a is a human being.
Interns are not human.
Not quite. Player making the scene may specify 1 or 2 characters someone must play in the scene. That player can also name 1 or 2 characters no one can play in the scene. These can be characters already introduced or just descriptions of roles or relationships. The doctor's son. Banning seemingly essential characters can lead to very different scenes. You can require or ban categories of people like police, nobles, or children instead of specific individuals. You can not ban groups by what they are not, such as banning anyone who is not a soldier, since that would create a requirement for all characters. The example is, I require the king and a secret heretic, and I ban the king's son and anyone from the neighboring kingdom. After Kat chooses essential and banned characters, we all get to pick characters.
Sorry. Can I create a character? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And you don't have to give them a name. You can just describe what they are.
All right. So setting the scene is intern. So intern Isaiah and intern Johnny keep getting mysterious messages in their intern purgatory cubicles from an intern simp that they have no idea exists, who they are.
Yes.
Wait, Pat, can you say that again? I'm gonna write it down into the scene. So intern Isaiah
and intern Johnny are in their intern purgatory cubicles, receiving mysterious messages from an quote intern simp, but are baffled by these messages and they don't know who this intern is.
Great. Cool. All right, canon. Okay, so that's, and then, so are you going to require Isaiah and Johnny?
I'm going to require intern Isaiah and intern Johnny, and I'm going to ban, I will...
It'd be funny if you banned intern Simp. No Simp. I ban Ivan, Phone, and Joan Popular.
Okay.
From being playable characters.
Yeah. So, now no Ivan, no Joan. So now we're going to go clockwise from the way that I can see the screen, which means that, so there's only 2 required characters, which means that when we pick characters, let's say so it's going to go Jonathan, Ian, Maya, Sam, Esther. Let's say if Jonathan goes first and picks Isaiah, and I go second and pick Johnny, then the 4 remaining people, Kat goes after Esther, have to make up characters. If none of us pick the characters, then Esther and Kat will be forced to choose the required characters. So, Jonathan, choose a character.
I'm going to I want to be a character who is in charge of archiving all of the fan art that is delivered.
Fan art archivist.
Yeah.
Played by Jonathan. I'm going to play intern Johnny. Maya, you're next.
I want to be an intern that's not part of the squad that manages the brand of simp.
You're gonna be intern Simp's brand manager.
No, I'm not intern Simp's brand manager. I'm an intern that's managing the brand of the word simp.
Okay, so you're another intern who's working on the word simp. Okay.
Yeah.
Intern who manages the brand of simp. Okay, played by Maya. Stan.
I want to be one of the people that delivers the art.
Art delivery person. Played by Slam Roberts.
Oh yeah, my character is going to be based. Just retconning. My character is going to be based on what's the name of the guy who's your boss at OCAD? Sam, who was your boss?
John Deal.
Yeah, John Deal.
Great.
John Deal.
Let's
Already
just
a
lean
great
into
name.
it. Yeah.
Esther,
of
who
the
will you be
deal.
playing?
Archivist
Art of the deal.
Archivist
Archivist of
Deal.
the deal.
Call me Archivist Deal, please.
Can I play the simp?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
I'll be the simp.
so. Intern simp. Is that what they're called, Kat? Intern simp. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
At least that's what they're signing off as.
I love that.
Kat,
That's such a
that
good
means you're
name.
forced to play intern Isaiah.
Oh my god, I hate this guy.
Who's intern Isaiah again?
He's the guy. I guess he ends up being like a brand shepherd. He's the guy who like introduced you guys to your brands.
Okay.
But at this point, he's obviously not that because he's just in his cubicle receiving messages from a mysterious intern simp.
He's high level, right? He's like
no,
top
he's
tier.
like maybe amongst interns at the point in Bodro Plaza, but at this point he's like the lowest. He's like
Oh,
like
wow.
picture there's a company of real people, and then they create a position above the regular people and below the regular people. So like like picture that Doc and Emily are like regular employees for the company, and they boss around like Isaiah and Johnny. But also we've clearly collected some normal interns now as well. You're playing an intern. Jonathan's playing an intern, and Esther's playing an intern.
No.
And
I'm just playing another I was just going to play another
He's
member of
just
the
playing
collective.
John Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
John Deal's just helping us out.
Yeah, he doesn't want to like stick around. Okay, so we've all picked characters. We did good at that. Now we all have to reveal thoughts, which means like we all have to say what our character is like thinking about the upcoming scene. Starts with the player to the right of the player making the scene. So we'll actually start with Esther and go backwards. And Kat, you.
Oh shit.
So yeah, what is intern simp thinking right now as they're sending messages to Isaiah and Johnny? I also want to picture that like Isaiah and Johnny, you guys can push against this. Like they share a cubicle at this point. They don't have their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm also imagining this.
Oh my
They
god.
take turns sleeping because only one sleeping bag. Sorry, Esther. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting to talk to my biggest heroes and they're actually acknowledging me. We're gonna be best friends and maybe more.
Nice. So intern simp is just really excited to talk to Isaiah and Johnny, the lowest employees at Tough Guy Mountain.
Yeah.
Sam, what are your?
You gotta start somewhere with simping.
Every simp's got to start somewhere.
You gotta simp at the bottom and then work your way up to the top.
We're like the simps. We're like intern 3D Pooh's simps, or not intern 3D Pooh, real person 3D Pooh's.
Maybe the art delivery person ends up being intern 3D Pooh. Who knows what will happen? Sam, what is our delivery person's thoughts?
Well, I want to get this art moved. I have to bring in a really large amount of fan art that's being delivered it's delicately wrapped. I had to do that the previous week, so I'm just doing my job here.
It's going to be hard to get your job done with all this simping going on in your vicinity.
Well, I don't really look at the art anymore. I just kind of move it around at this point.
Maya, what is the intern who manages the brand of the concept simp thinking before this scene?
I'm just getting off my long day. I'm very stressed because lately the usage of simp has become so oversaturated, and I signed up for the word simp because the historical use of simp, which is simpering, and I liked the classiness of it. I liked the refined history, and it's very upsetting to me that it's used so flippantly online. So I'm going to this art show to just relax and enjoy some art.
Maya, I do want to point out that we're so far in this thing we've done 0 references to the real world, where you're currently steeping this in a really real world point in time.
But you're using that's not fair because you're using the word simp, and mine's equally as I'm just building off of the word simp. That's not fair. I completely object. You're going to jail.
Well, so I guess what I want to propose is that it's quite possible that an intern managing the brand of simp actually kept it on ice for 1,000 years before it came into popularity, or I just want to kind of pull you out of time. I don't want you to base your character on, or you could, but it will it's kind of a huge move to fix this moment to the year 2020.
But why?
Okay, so it's not relevant to the usage of simp right now.
It could just be another time where the brand of simp is the brand of simp is going through a change, and you're trying to shepherd it as the shepherd, and maybe you liked it better before, but it could be the same change that's happening now.
I'm not saying what you can and can't do. I'm more just I wanted to interject there to pull you out of feeling fixed to a specific time phenomenon.
Can't you push, or is that is that not in this portion here?
Yeah, push.
I think we can push whenever. Yeah, let's push. It's not the year 2020 in the real world, or at least this intern managing this brand is not existing in specific relation to that.
Maybe I'm working to invigorate the word. I appreciate the push, and I'm going to think about how to express it when we start playing.
I just wanted to note whoever's typing it's coming clear, it's kind of overpowering some of the voices. It's pretty heavy.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. If you can move your keyboard or something away from your microphone, or.
It's okay. I just won't do it.
It's me next. Maya, have you revealed the complete thoughts of intern simp, or did I just really throw you off your groove?
You threw me off. Can you give me a minute to just think of a new way to think of it?
Yeah.
Or if you want to help.
It's also I'm also not allowed to do that. So you can just be no. I am working in the modern context of the word simp.
I think it's a fair point. I want to respect the game. I just want to think about it for a second.
I feel
I guess everyone's waiting for me.
I can go and we can come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you go and I'll come back to me.
I'm intern Johnny. I thought I was intern Isaiah for a second. I was just thinking of being myself. Intern Johnny is flustered by these messages he's getting, but they're appealing to his vanity. So he's he doesn't really know how to express it externally to his buddy intern Isaiah, who he shares a cubicle with, but like he's actually like really obsessed with these messages. Like they're all he's thinking about.
Ooh.
He's downplaying it externally, but on the inside, it's like kind of his whole world right now.
Okay, I thought of a new. I changed my thought. I'm a simp. I've gotten so into working on the brand of simp that I've decided that I'm a personal simp matchmaker, and I want to introduce simps safely to their obsession. And
sometimes I feel a little unsafe and out of control as a simp.
Well, that's why I have this service that I've been cooking up in my head about some matchmaking.
I'm always trying to like tread the fine line between simping and stalking, and I don't want to go like too far.
We understand.
So, yeah, it's important to have a simp brand manager.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like either like a really good or really bad business idea that someone would have in real life. Like platforms to like connect simps to who they're simping for in a safe way and allow them to make meaningful connections.
That's Twitter.
Intern Johnny, what's the fan archivist deal?
Archivist deal used to have his own sort of building that he operated in the brandscape here. He had his own place where it was like a place where some of the artists came to make art, or like he would help store their art sometimes. Because he had a big building, like a warehouse, but then that's all been sort of consumed within the Tough Guy Mountain building. Like basically, he got bought out or whatever the equivalent is. And they put it's just on the main floor now, pretty much. I guess Intern Purgatory is below it, and the Executive Empyrean was built above it, but it's just sort of this awkward middle space. And they Tough Guy Mountain. The artist collective just started storing stuff with him. He was just being nice at first, and now it's gone a bit too far. But he's also like taking it really seriously. So he's. So I think I can hear myself through your speakers, Esther. Sorry to keep telling you.
I'm using headphones.
That's so weird.
Should I double check mine?
I think we just see the light go off on Esther's input, so we're thinking it's her. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm using headphones.
Yeah. It's okay. Back on my train of thought. And now he takes it seriously and makes an archive of all the fan art that's getting sent to Tough Guy Mountain, and he all the lobby fan art. But he just got sent this really strange piece of lobby art that doesn't make any sense. So he's excited to show everybody, and he's going to send Sam's character a message asking him to be picked up, asking him to come by to pick up this cool work of art to show it to the interns because he thinks they'll really think it's funny.
Push. Joan Popular is like the executive who showed up to take away his company and meaning for a living, and so he specifically loads Joan Popular and might even be confused and resent intern Johnny if he saw him. He'd do that as the face of the intern Johnny's the face of the devil to him.
It's fair enough. Good thing he's not going to be leaving the storage room.
Mm-hmm. And
sending Sam on his
Kathy.
Intern Isaiah. So intern Isaiah is also pretty confused about these emails that he's been getting, but he has this sneaking suspicion that they are referring perhaps to a secret art project that he's got going on, which he is submitting to the lobby fan art decor. So he's been putting basketballs inside aquarium tanks and filling them up with water, and then wrapping these carefully while Johnny's in his sleeping shift. Doing all this while Johnny's in his sleeping shift, and then leaving them in places and requesting for or just sending notes that he's found these different pieces of art, and that the either John Deal or the fan art deliverer have to handle these works into the gallery. He's a bit nervous. He's slightly flattered, but a bit more nervous that his story's been exposed. Because he's not sure about this body of work, and he rather would see the public's opinion of it at the gallery opening before he lays claim to it as artist.
Thanks. Wow. Very cowardly.
This is the strange piece of art that John Deal has found.
It's not the hedgehog thing?
No, I mean, no, this isn't.
No. The hedgehog skin rug still has to be.
I was trying to set that up for us, but
no,
okay.
No.
Is the hedgehog skin rug like this small?
We have yet to decide.
Yeah, we have yet to discover that. Either it's like a rug made of 40 hedgehogs, or it's a very small rug. Or it's made by Cruella de Vil.
I'm just picturing one Sonic. Like one Sonic splayed.
Wait, Sonic isn't that big.
No, but
in the movie he's like kind of like half human size, right? Like a really big head and then like skinny arms.
Like as big as a sheep, and they make sheepskin rugs. So there.
I feel like a boomer because I didn't actually even think of Sonic when blue hedgehog skin rug was mentioned.
Oh, me either. Ian, I'm the exact same way. I just felt.
It's pretty embarrassing.
The reason why I thought it is because when you say fan art like lobby, because I used to buy all the American Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, you could like send in your fan art, and sometimes it would be published and printed on the next comic book page.
Did you get published?
No, I never sent anything in. I don't think.
I would have published yours if you did.
Because it was American, so it cost too much.
Fair.
Thanks for showing us the inspiration behind what we're all working on right now.
Yeah.
I feel, I feel more excited and included on, I'm gonna work so much harder now that I know the cause that I'm fighting for. A couple of things we should say really quickly, especially for Astra's benefit because she hasn't played before, is that anyone is allowed to. So the basic, we're going to pretty much like start, role playing this, which we can do through having conversations or just describing what our character does. There's not any like limits on what your character could do. Besides like the existing canon of you can't destroy something that already exists. You can't like break the canon that's already established. But you can otherwise do whatever you want with your character. Like the objective is just to make a good story. Like what Kat just did, where she like destroyed the thing that Jonathan was doing. Like Jonathan kind of gave us a clear through line to answer the question, and Kat like destroyed that. That's like in this game that's considered really good. Like the more kind of like confusing the game gets, or like the more sort of like they don't want us to cooperate. Like they think the game's better when people actually sort of like disagree and fuck with each other's plans. Anyone you can you control intern Simp in this game, but any of us can introduce any other character except for the restricted Ivan and Joan, the executive. When you introduce a secondary character, you don't have control over it. So if you introduce a secondary character, anyone else can make it do anything.
Okay.
And the other thing is that you have final authority on your own character and nothing else. Though any of us at any point with anything can push an alternative. So if you're like, if you're doing something with intern simp, and then like Sam is like push, you're like intern simp makes himself a peanut butter sandwich, and then Sam is like push, he actually makes a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Since you control intern simp, you can be like, no, it's a normal peanut butter sandwich. There's no banana in it, Sam, and that's it. Or you can be like, oh, I like that idea better. Sure, let's put bananas in it. But if it's with a secondary character that you're controlling, anyone can push to change what happens, and then we all kind of like vote on it, essentially. And those are the basic role-playing mechanisms. And that's pretty much it. There are definitely there's definitely more like stuff in the rule book, but I feel like that's all we need to play. And our objective, though, like what we should be trying to do is answer the question, who submitted the blue hedgehog skin rug? Obviously, it's really boring if we begin the scene with like intern simp, and intern simp is like, I'm making a blue hedgehog skin rug. Like, if you did that, we'd probably like introduce a secondary character that stole it or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So, and as soon as we answer the question, the scene will end. And it's pretty much like anyone can be like, I think the question got answered, so then we're done with the scene. The way we've played so far, we've only played one scene, but in theory we could like answer this in 10 minutes and then like do this all again. It's not like that's how the game's supposed to work, but it seems like we've had more fun like doing long, drawn out role plays.
So I'm simping on intern Johnny, and who's the other person again?
An intern Isaiah.
Okay, who's like the brand manager.
No, at this point he's just an intern. He's just a.
Oh, he's just an intern.
Yeah, they're the two first interns.
It's up to you also what the kind of simping is, or could also it's up to you.
Okay. I was like, is there like an art show around the rugs? Sorry, I'm like a little trying to catch up to the plot so I can best.
Oh yeah. There is currently a like crowdsourced lobby decor fan art like contest happening right now, and it's a big to do. You know, there's an archivist, there's a delivery guy, like everyone's working on this, and that's sort of where we are. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom quick, but you guys. Because
I was imagining simping on them as like an art fan, but I don't know if that like works with your maybe your characters aren't artists.
Isaiah. So what I said was that Isaiah's making secret art.
Okay.
That he does, but it's being made in secret.
Okay.
So he's nervous that intern simp is maybe catching on.
Maybe intern simp is also just a simp for interns, like an intern simp.
Right.
So because they're the first interns, intern simp is like
an intern. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't think like it's quote unquote coming from intern simp, but intern simp could also just be another person who's not an intern but is sending them fan messages, or alternatively sending them threatening messages that are coded as fan messages.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. This is like helpful for me conceiving my character's approach.
Yes, sir. The reason why I could hear myself was I was talking too close to my mic, so close that I think it was and my voice is so like high pitched and tinny that I think I was just hearing it slightly through your headphones. But I don't have to talk that close to the microphone.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Like a psycho.
I'm glad it's like maybe been like resolved for you.
We'll be right back.
Okay. Damn, do we still pee into cups when people are gone in this game?
No, we haven't figured that out. We have to make a whole new period, a whole new scene where the focus is peeing into cups.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm like finally getting to try this game. Or rule
Yeah, I'll
set.
send you the rule book to it if.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I have a PDF.
Okay.
It's very fun. You'll see once we get going. It's just so like hilariously open-ended.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What's your snack? What you snacking?
Sunflower seeds.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, it's classy. These are good ones too. Ian bought them for me. But he bought me a whole bunch as a surprise. But now, since I knew that he bought me so many seeds, I felt so overwhelmed by them that I couldn't eat any of them. But then he hid them, and he only gave me one at a time, and then I felt like I could eat them again.
That is very rodent-like behavior.
Are rodents like overwhelmed by quantity?
I can imagine
They're
a
only allowed
hamster.
rationed one seed at a time.
I can imagine a neurotic hamster being so.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, usually you think when you buy someone a whole bunch of their favorite thing, it's like a nice thing to do for them. But for Maya, it was like very stressful.
Anytime you do that, it's like too much for me. I find it, I'm overwhelmed.
I think before I left Toronto, I like unhid enough seeds to last her for a while.
They're also in different spots, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It really is rodent like burying the seeds in different spots to
That's
keep
why.
them
That's
safe.
why they bury it.
Yeah, so they don't eat it all at once.
It's not for hibernation. It's for anxiety.
It's just for rodent anxiety.
Rodiety.
So I guess like two of the characters are in a cubicle, and the rest of the people are like around this like empty, yet to be formed lobby kind of situation.
I'm inside one of the fountains.
You're inside a fan fountain. I think the only reason that this fan art lobby decor exists is because like a long time ago when Jonathan and I were just learning Unity and could only do basic things, the only thing I could figure out how to do was import files from SketchUp, like from the SketchUp warehouse.
It's specifically only fountains. I
found other stuff, but the fountains were the most exciting thing, and I would just bring them into like Photoshop probably and add a 3D version of our logo to the fountains, and then put them back into SketchUp and give them the same texture, and then import them into Unity. And I just like did that like 20 or 30 times with different fountain models, and that was the beautiful birth of my illustrious video game design career. The beginning and the end, pretty much. So we had this like beautiful, not beautiful 3D space of just Tough Guy Mountain themed fountains, for no good reason, and that's why this is canon now. So let's find out who's the bit of the blue hedgehog skiing rug. What character wants to start? Okay, the simp inside the simp.
Oh,
the man.
can I introduce a secondary character?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like live with my mom, and she's gonna be Mama Simp, and she's also simping. I'm like the primary simp, but she's kind of like also involved in simping Johnny and Isaiah, and she really wants me to be an intern, so that's like part of the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy
So
issues.
she takes your work like really seriously, and is like actually a bit of a like sports mom. Like she's like it's a beauty pageant mom.
Yeah, and her philosophy is kind of like, you guys don't even need to pay her. I'll support her. I just want her to be an intern, an unpaid intern.
Push. Intern simp was like wanting to, or like through pressure from Mama Simp, was like looking into Tough Guy Mountain files and found the brand that Maya's character was working on, and because this was the example that they found, they're like, that's like the reason that they're like have adopted the simp persona as they're in. They just like, well, this is the Tough Guy Mountain thing, so I'm going to be this Tough Guy Mountain thing.
Yeah.
And and maybe Mama and Mama Simp has changed her name to be supportive of her daughter.
Yeah, and because she like, her dream for me is for me to be an intern at a branding corporation, and I just really like Johnny and Isaiah. I think they're cute. So
I'm picturing like the Moomin comics. but it's like Mama Simp and intern Simp like living
Mama
together
Simp.
in a nice cottage somewhere. And
That's really cute.
trying to get a job.
we're
Push,
just
they do. It is. They do live in a cottage called Simp's Cottage.
Yeah.
It's on a map somewhere.
Yeah.
Push. It's now lost to history what their names were before and what the cottage name was before. Like, I like to imagine it was like Debbie and Susan, and it was like Crofter's Cottage, and then it was just like Simp Cottage, intern Simp and Mama Simp. And they only have a basic understanding of what being a simp is, but whatever they learn, they're immediately applying it to intern simp's career.
Yeah.
Oh, push. Intern simp is not actually a real intern yet.
Yeah, she's just an intern simp.
Yeah.
Okay,
I just
right.
call myself intern aspirationally.
Wow, I feel like this really like fits into some like older jokes about like intern Stan being the ultimate intern, and then intern Phil becoming an intern for the intern, so like one upping him in terms of the secrets. This is sort of this is also like that joke. So like, oh, I'm not just an intern, I'm an intern simp. Okay. So Maya, what's happening in sides of the fountain?
Okay, so I'm standing inside the fountain. I'm wearing like a cottagecore dress, and I have extremely long hair, and my hair is like flowing in the fountain very beautifully, and I have a speech. I have like a sign that says like "Simp Matchmaker" outside.
Who are you
written
giving
really
the
ornately.
speech to?
No, it's like when people walk by, I do the speech. You don't want your simphood to be like a broken urinal flooding the bathroom. You want it to be curated displayed, and beautiful, like a fountain.
I would like to push that Archivist Deal and our delivery person are both walking by.
Yeah.
I can't make that call. That you guys can veto that, but
Sure,
I'd say so.
yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so I say my speech to them.
Do you know what kind of place this is? This is like a serious storage room.
I'm using this fountain seriously.
I just don't. I mean, it's just like it's like any storage room. You don't get people through here often, so I don't know how much you're gonna get out of this.
Are you interested in a simp?
I don't
I'm
have
at
time.
work right now. Yeah. We have to move these things, you see.
Yeah,
Everybody could use a simp.
he has a real job. He's not interested in simping.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice, but I mean, I just don't have time to think about much else than all the stuff I gotta keep in here.
So do you simp for your stuff?
No, you crazy? I'd love it if I could have all this stuff out of here, but you gotta live in the world you live in. That's a classic John Deal saying.
all right.
Is it?
No, I just
Oh.
in the mode up.
Got into it.
Maya, he's a curmudgeonly tech at the at the integrated media.
No, he
Cage.
does the
Drawing and painting.
drawing and painting wing.
Even
He's
more-
in charge of drawing and
even
painting
worse.
tech stuff.
Is there even tech in drawing and painting?
Oh, I just mean like all the materials, like the canvases.
Like if you want to buy stretchers, you bother him.
But
Huh.
my job was maintaining the studios, which was working for him.
How was that?
It ruled. That was a great job.
Yeah, he's very
A lot of
nice.
fun.
He's super chill.
Okay.
But like every OCAD tech, like they try to be very mean when you first meet them, so you don't ask them for too much stuff. But then when you wear them down, they're very nice.
Yeah, you just have to put them in the stuff.
I love
would
those
disagree.
people.
I disagree because there were a lot of male techs in the woodshop that were always exceedingly keen to tell a lady how to use a tool. They're always very nice.
Yeah, those always exist in the art school tech departments.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta tell a lady how to use a tool.
I can't say I don't think John Deal ever imposed upon how to use a hammer or the miter chop.
No, John's normal.
Yeah, normal guy.
So yeah, I'd love to have all this space to myself again. You know, have things go back to the way it used to was when I was like in charge of this place. But yeah. And then I turned to Sam. What's your character's name?
Boy.
Boy.
You boy.
You boy. Do you have a simp?
We have an intern who's called Boy. That'll be confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay, so you're
Damn.
you're gonna now have to play
Old boy.
who the person who eventually becomes Boy Cruz,
Oh,
who is
Christ.
Joy Zhang.
Okay.
Can you handle that responsibility?
Sure.
Okay, it's canon. Your name
You
is
boy.
Your first name
Do
is
you simp?
Boy, and your last name is Cruz.
Well, answer the question.
Oh, what was the question?
Do you simp? Or do you want a simp?
No, I
Do you simp?
I want to move these things.
And you don't simp for the things?
Well, I do not simp, sir.
You sim for anything in your life?
No, I'm on the clock. Can we move?
Yeah, you know what? We got this really crazy piece of work in earlier today. I was thinking, boy, you should run this up to the interns, or run this down to the interns below us in intern purgatory, because they're gonna think this is hilarious. Do you want to come check this out, in other intern? I just think it's something that interns will find really funny in general, so I want to show it to all the interns I see.
Okay, I step out of the
Do I
fountain and I'm
count
crunching.
as a self-professed intern?
Are you there?
You're online you're in Sim's cottage.
Okay,
message.
sorry. That
You
was
could,
just me simping really hard.
Sipping so hard you materialize briefly. Is this after
Yeah.
holography or before?
Astral simping.
Yeah, astral
Well,
simping.
Holography exists, but it hasn't been like harnessed or anything yet. Actually, the other day I was having a huge problem figuring out when holography happened. I think I moved it around somewhere.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's really late. It's
There it is.
in the golden era of branding.
I think I tried to move it and then just maybe couldn't remember. Anyways, sorry, keep going.
Well, I walk over, gesturing for these guys to follow me to our deliveries bay, where we've just received this. Describe it again, Kat. A fishing tank full with
an
water.
aquarium
An aquarium. Sorry. Yeah.
filled with water, and there's a basketball floating inside.
And it was all wrapped up.
Yes, it was wrapped up as like just to look like an average package.
Okay,
box.
sorry, I
like
opened
maybe it could have been a bronze sculpture, or perhaps.
Then
like,
I tell
yeah.
Stan, you got to deliver this over to the interns before we pack it away into storage. They're gonna love this.
I'm boy.
Or sorry, boy.
Right. Okay. I pick it up. Then go.
First, what do you think? You think there's a thing that other interns will find funny?
What is it again? What am I looking at here?
Sorry, I'm asking the intern in the room. You're just an employee of
Okay.
mine.
Right. Fair enough. You don't
In front
theorize
of
it.
me?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
I'm
know what
game
you-
to see something funny.
Yeah, this aquarium full with water, basketballs floating in it. What do you? It's pretty
Just
funny.
one
right?
basketball.
Kat, what is this picture? Did you find this or just make it really quickly?
This is a real piece of art.
Yeah, what's his face? It's
Jeff
What?
Koons.
it's Coons. Coons,
Whoa.
baby.
Actually?
Yeah, it's his early work.
Very
like
exciting
celebrity
work.
basketball signed basketball.
Before the balloon animals.
Yeah.
Is this? How does this relate to Damien Hirst's shark?
Yeah, it predates it.
I think it predates it.
This is Damien Hirst's shark. From a different
Is that
angle.
basketball in water?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
But
such
why
a
is it
bad
in the middle?
picture. Like it looks like it looks like Kat just quickly did a really bad Photoshop to make it look like there's a
Yeah,
like it doesn't really look like it's in a tank.
here's a better one.
When we saw them at the MoMA and they were floating on top of the water. They weren't
Yeah, they were like they didn't look like this at all.
they weren't midway through.
Yeah, I'm sort of imagining more of like berries on top of your cereal, like that's just floating on them.
Man, I've like for such a long time I've only thought of like, you know, basketball art as like a joke placeholder for an art project. But I mean, I guess this is a long time ago, and that like his work has become like default placeholder art.
Yeah. So
The first image you sent, like, that definitely is like Boy Cruz taking that picture.
Yeah.
Do you
So that's
yeah.
what you're wearing right now, Sam. It's canon. You're wearing a blue sparkly skirt and a white tank top.
Okay.
Push.
You're carrying a huge camera.
Yeah.
For documentation. You have to document the show after it's been hung.
So gesturing at that, I'm like, so pretty funny, right?
Well, I don't really know much about the basketball brand, but I would go see it if you wanted to show it to me.
I'm
See,
showing it
that's
to
the
you now.
question, ma'am.
Oh, it's in front of me? You
Yes,
have it right there?
Push the
brought you
signature says intern on the basketball.
Well, I don't know if I love it. I don't know if it's my favorite work of art.
What don't you love about it?
Well, I just don't really get the metaphor.
I thought it was just supposed to be funny. I don't know anything about a work of art.
I don't really have a sense of humor. I don't know what's funny about it.
Oh.
This is
I might
awkward.
go back into my fountain right now.
Yeah, okay, you do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in.
So, boy, you
Push, you're not allowed to touch the art before the show's up.
before the show is up?
Yeah. No fountain.
There's okay, right, because this is the lobby art storage event is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're not actually allowed to touch this stuff because we got the.
You can just move me with a fountain in it. I'm really into this right now. I'm very excited.
I cannot move you and the fountain.
I'm very light. I'm light. You can
I can move
me.
you or the fountain. I know my limits. I've been doing this job a long time.
Why don't you carry me to one spot and then carry the fountain to the other spot?
Not really a matter of you moving with the fountain or not. It's just you're not. I mean, I don't really care personally because it's not like this isn't my stuff. But the people who are organizing this thing told me that they didn't want anyone touching anything.
That's fine. I understand. You can carry me to where the fountain's supposed to go.
I'm not trained for that.
Boy.
Listen.
Why not?
Okay. Just
John,
do
is
whatever
this my right? Is this my contract?
No. Okay, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
You're gonna get fired.
Good
thing we banned the CEOs from this from this scene.
Can I? Will you take this? Will you take this aquarium over to show the interns, boy?
Yeah, and I kind of try to like carry it while like not spilling it, and it's like very large, heavy, and awkward.
Can we jump down to the cubicle right before Boy Cruz shows up with Isaiah's sculpture that he submitted? I want to set the scene. Like the cubicle is like stacked with like wrapped boxes of equal dimensions to the sculpture the fountain that's about to be brought down here. And intern Johnny doesn't know what's in them. Intern Johnny's sitting at the computer trying to design his own fountain, and he's very excited about he doesn't have a full idea yet, but he's really excited about the upcoming fan art contest.
Push.
Yeah.
Sending work in progress renders of the fountain to intern simp to look for compliments.
Oh wow. Let me think. This has greatly moved me in a way that I've never been moved before.
He sent you like a 3D mock-up that it's like constantly shifting, but it's like procedurally generated. But he hasn't managed to program it yet so that any of the things actually look like fountains. So it's just
They're
kind of
just
like
boxes, cubes,
yeah,
on cubes.
it's just like a glitch art. It's just like a series of glitch art cubes.
I'm gonna comment on how abstract and disorienting it is in a way that really challenges my frame of reference about art. And then I'm gonna be like, can you teach me how to do this?
Totally. You should totally come to the opening. It's just a couple days from now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be showing my fountains at it. So you should totally come check them out, and I could totally teach you how to do it.
Oh, I already have tickets. My tickets.
Great.
You know, I would never have missed it.
So intern Isaiah is right now. Johnny's at the desk, but intern Isaiah is in the sleeping bag, but not actually sleeping. Intern Isaiah's actually got a little notebook that he's writing down. He's doing some mathematical equations to try to map out, estimate where they might be putting the fountain that he submitted, and what angle he might need to take at which to get a slam dunk, which he plans to activate the piece by dunking another basketball in from when he enters the after he's seen that everyone approves of the sculpture, then he's going to reveal that he's been carrying a basketball and then do a performance work with his installation. But he's
not
kind of
actually pregnant. He's just been holding a basketball these last 9 months.
So he's writing in his kind of like, yeah, he's got his head hidden under the sleeping bag and is writing in this journal, and he's hearing a bunch of like pings going off with all these like messages being delivered on the computer. And so he says, who's messaging? It's not that intern Simp again, is it?
Can I ask them, say that like I heard something about a rug, and ask them if they know what's up with a rug, because I'm very interested in that.
Intern Johnny says to intern Isaiah, it's like, I don't know, just some people who are interested in some of the stuff I'm working on. Rug? What? No, I don't know about any rug.
Privately.
Are you working on a rug?
So I'm not sure if my character would know about it, but I was gonna like work on making myself like a dress that's like made out of a blue hedgehog skin rug for my debut at the art show. But it's not like the real one. It's like a kind of like tacky duplicate.
Oh, is this like a Sonic thing?
Yeah, I'm a big gamer girl. That's why I love what you do so much. Because of all the game references.
Mama Simp, who's standing behind you and watching this whole exchange, is like, what if he doesn't like gamer girls?
Everyone loves gamer girls, Mom. They're like, gamer girls are everyone's favorite thing on the internet these days.
Are you sure? How am I supposed to know that? I'm sorry.
Even people who hate gamer girls love to hate gamer girls. So,
I'm just gonna go start working on your dress for the big night.
Oh my god! And my dress made out of the rug should have like the words "game over" on it.
Is this with like are the words "game over" like stitched in a different color of fur?
Yeah, because you really want it to stand out. They're in like huge, like white, like blocky capital letters that are kind of like quirky, and it says "game over." It's like a real statement, like right over the breast area of the dress.
Is
push?
Yeah.
The white part that was taken for the lettering is taken from the belly of the hedgehog.
Nice.
The cottage that the simp cottage, the only wildlife that really like succeeds around the simp cottage, otherwise also known as the Green Hill Zone, is these little blue hedgehogs that are pretty hard to catch, but Mama Simp is quite skilled and wants nothing but the best for her child, so has been slaving away with all year,
Hunting them,
trapping them, and skinning them for their fur.
Yeah, it's where the Sega's brand is. These are like emanations of Sega's brand.
Yeah, we really turn simping into an art form, its own art form.
Push, Mama Simp is colorblind and has been skinning red hedgehogs.
no!
Oh no! Mama Simp, you're gonna ruin my big night for me.
You don't push. You don't notice yet. Like she's in the other room.
It's going to be a big surprise.
No,
Okay.
Push is also hereditary. Everyone is just.
I'm colorblind.
You don't know it's not.
Okay.
They're definitely still from the Sega part of the brandscape, but it's Knuckles fur, not Sonic fur.
So she's been catching echidnas, not hedgehogs.
Intern Johnny's like writing to interns is like, oh, I really love Sonic. This sounds like a really cool idea. Sonic's my favorite character. Oh, and I think
you should really let me come be an intern for you. Imagine all the like cool ideas I could come up with.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally try to like put a word with the higher ups for sure. I mean, you know, when we meet in real life.
I love making coffee.
I think it's time for Boy Cruz to show up at the cubicle.
I'm gonna learn exactly the way you like your coffee made and make it for you that way every day.
Oh, I mean, you know, my needs are met pretty good here in the cubicle. You know, we've got this great machine they just put in. I don't know how to use it very well yet, so maybe you could help me figure out how to use it.
Yeah, you don't even need to touch the machine.
What? Is that what I've been doing wrong? I've been touching it every time, and the coffee hasn't been very good. I mean, it serves. It serves.
See, honey, this is why you need me.
Okay. Boy Cruz, the door to the cubicle opens up, and Boy Cruz walks in with a tank. Wait, it's not wrapped, right? It's just visible, right? So like, intern Isaiah is going to see that his sculpture has been brought back to him.
Yeah, and the ball is wobbling around, and there's like water, like has clearly splashed over the side a bit, like it's damp on the edges, and I'm sweating, and my back clearly hurts.
I send the cubicle an email that's like, sending Boy down with really funny sculpture. Hope you guys think is funny. Archivist.
Intern Isaiah hears the door open and pokes his head out of the sleeping bag with really big eyes.
Intern Johnny says like, what's that? Isaiah, that looks like something that you'd be into. This looks like, you know, something you'd really like.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? Who are you?
Boss wants you to...
who are you?
I didn't think it was that funny when he showed it to me. But after carrying it down a couple of flights of stairs, it's a lot. I get it now. This was worth bringing down. I give it a couple minutes. You guys are gonna love it.
Do you have to bring it all the way up?
Yeah, well, later. The job is bringing things to point A and point B. It is up and it's the same thing.
Can I get you a coffee, boss? I don't really know how to use this machine, but I feel like I should offer you a coffee.
Do you mean me?
Yeah.
I'm on the shift.
Okay. I mean, if you don't want
He's
one.
too lowly to be allowed to drink coffee, I guess.
Can't.
This is an awkward standoff between, people who think they're on the lowest rung.
Can't carry and drink coffee at the same time. I can't sacrifice the, hands.
I think there's an option on here where I can make you an espresso. You can drink it real quick.
You should pour the coffee. You should pour the coffee into his mouth while he's carrying things.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I'll do an espresso. I feel like between the two, that's the more reasonable.
All right, just give me a second. I don't really get this machine yet.
Okay.
So Ivan or Isaiah, he slips his notebook into his coverall and then slides out of the sleeping bag and says, "Why did you bring that down here?"
And all the boxes behind Isaiah that are clearly the exact same dimensions as the sculpture that's in front of us loom in the background. But probably no one. But he probably pictured. I don't know. Probably no one notices as much as he thinks they probably notice that.
He sort of leans. He's leaning away from the boxes and kind of striking a pose to try to distract from the boxes.
Hey, those mysterious boxes you've been hiding from me look to be the exact same shape as this thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should make. Should I make my fountain the same dimensions too? Are they all? Do they have to be set dimensions? I didn't see anything written about that.
I was only getting these boxes because I've been looking at your work in progress, and I thought your fountain was just made out of boxes. These are for you. These are for me.
No, they're not. They're not boxes. They're fountains. They're procedurally generated fountains. The fact that they look like boxes is just what the program's doing. I don't control that. That's not my fault.
But I thought you told me this is what your project was going to look like.
It is, but they're fountains. They're not boxes. It's just the computer does. I just sort of plug in the inputs and it does what it wants to do, I guess. But they're not boxes. They're fountains.
Hey, boss, do you need check this out. I think I just found a way to make us a ton of money. Hey, do you guys need somebody to move these boxes?
No, these boxes are perfectly fine where they are. They are for Johnny's art project, and we don't want to move them because Johnny is going to need them later.
Do you get paid on commission per box, boy?
Why are you asking me that?
Out of character. This is what the difference between a waged worker and an unpaid intern is.
Intern Johnny says to him, "Boy, you get paid?"
It's a flat rate per box plus tips.
Are you going to expect a tip for bringing that down here?
I would hope for a tip for bringing. Look at it. What do you expect from me bringing this down here? Nothing?
I don't know. I mean, what did your boss... You said your boss thought it was funny, but did your boss also say it was a good work of art? That'll depend on my tip.
That's not really my job or in my purview.
You should
Sam,
offer...
I did specifically say it was not a good work of art, but that it was funny.
Yeah, but that'll cut into my tip.
You should give him the offer to do it for the exposure.
Also, back at Simp Cottage, Mama Simp has found the speech that intern who manages the brand of Simp recently orated, and is trying to figure out how to communicate it to her daughter to get her to behave better than Simp. I'll be right back. I can still hear you on my headphones, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds this speech is very inspiring and sounds like someone I should be in touch with who knows a lot about simping.
I could read it to you again if you want to really get into the
Yeah, sure.
Yes, please.
No.
You don't want your simphood to be like a broken urinal flooding the bathroom. You want it curated, displayed, and beautiful, like a fountain.
Yeah, my simphood has been a bit like a broken urinal.
It might be best to have a conversation. Maybe you should email.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a bit of an artist, kind of chaotic neutral. Mm-hmm. So I do have a bit of a broken urinal brand, but it might be helpful for me to curate that a bit.
Yeah, but maybe also, you're a broken urinal, but you're inside of a contained fountain, so you don't spill out onto the ground.
Yeah, so the broken urinal is framed and curated inside a beautiful fountain, and that kind of makes it my brand less threatening to the people I'm simping after.
And that's what we're here for. That's what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I've been maybe a little too far on the threatening end of the simp spectrum, where my idols seem a little put off by me.
Push, this is a conversation that me and you are having through email right now, and we haven't met yet, but it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I would think that Mama Simp found Maya's character's contacts because she saw the speech, and then she was like, "Oh, this is she emailed." Yeah. Push my Mama Simp emailed Maya's character, CC'd intern Simp, and was like, "Hi, just wanted to make the introduction. My daughter is a wonderful simp, and I think you two have a lot in common."
And then I'm gonna be like, my mom is also a wonderful simp and taught me well, and I take after Mama Simp.
Push. I'm not Push. I guess I'm adding. I respond really, really quickly, and I do give you a fair amount of criticism for your attempt, but I sandwich it with lots of positive reinforcement in between my criticism.
All right,
and to help you to refine your simping.
I'm ready to learn.
Push. This is part of Maya's character's program. Is she screen shares your screen and sees all the messages you get and send to your simps. It's a whole coaching operation, simp coach operation you have.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess this is an email to my coach. One of the reasons I like to have a bit of a stalker vibe is I thought maybe it makes people feel important and special to get annoyed and scared that they have a stalker, you know? It makes people feel a bit like they're celebrities, even if they're not. And I'm a good person, and I like making people feel special.
I would say, I think to give you a nice sandwich, it's a very nice sentiment. It sounds like you actually are coming from a place of empathy in your brain, but I would suggest that it's the medium that you do the stalking in that would make the difference. So maybe sending them some likes would be a different feeling of stalking than showing up to somewhere that they're going to. What do you think about that?
What if it's a public event and I'm wearing a dress that I've been working on for years with Mama Simp?
What's the dress?
It's an blue iguana rug dress that says "Game Over" on it.
So you're going with a gamer girl look.
Yeah. Game over. Also, like the inference is like, I showed up in this dress. Boom. Game over.
Does it say game and then over on each breast? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
And there isn't a remote control on the crotch, or you're just not gonna go for the money shot.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Actually, I hadn't thought of that. Thank you. You really are a good coach.
Come meet me at the fountain. We'll talk more.
Mom, I'm gonna ask Mama Simp to make a remote control on the crotch so that I can make a really grand statement with the dress.
It's an important idea.
Maybe like I can wear kind of like a giant like hedgehog face on my crotch, and then when the dress goes up, it like shows the hedgehog face.
Wait, can you elaborate on that more? The hedgehog is on the crotch. I thought the remote control was on the crotch.
Oh, I thought you meant like Wait, what's the remote control gonna do with the crotch?
It's just an image of the remote control on your crotch. Do you understand the metaphor?
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Sorry, I was a little slow with that. Yeah. No, I like that idea.
You could have the hedgehog face on the back of your dress on the butt, but I think the remote control should go on the front.
No, I agree. It's like I get the gamer, furthering the gamer reference.
Yeah, and I would suggest
Is it like a remote control or a game controller? Is it like what turns on the TV? Because that'd be also really funny.
And then just like not enough, neither of us are actually enough gamer girls to understand the difference.
But like if you have the TV, it's like game over. It's like chick flick time.
Game over. I'm watching Bridgerton now. Gaming is done.
It's two remote controls and they're like that together, like an X.
Yeah, the real gamer girls are the wives to stop their husbands from gaming, to make them watch Bridgerton or have sex.
Or both at once. Putting Bridgerton on is like putting like porn on in the background.
Real gamer girls belong in the making their husbands stop gaming to have sex and watch Bridgerton.
Yeah, I like to like dabble in both. Like I'll do a little light gaming with my husband or intern Johnny or whoever I'm simping after, and then and then it's like Bridgerton and sex time.
Do you have sex in the cottage?
It's a family
in
cottage.
Mama Simp's cottage.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I'm actually still a virgin.
Yeah,
But,
this is like
I think Mama Sim will be like really supportive when it happens, as long as it's with someone that you simped for.
yeah.
yeah.
This story is like opposite Carrie, like the movie Carrie, where her mom like forces her to stay inside all the time and is super like Catholic and because she don't want her daughter to have sex at all. And then this is the opposite of that. Very doting mother, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But she only wants her to have sex with someone she's simping for.
Yes.
Yeah, I do really want to have sex at some point, though. Maybe my dress will attract someone's attention at the art show.
No sex
I might
before
wanna-
simp.
I might recommend making a tiny little cabin outside of your cabin and make it strictly the sex simp cabin, and it's just where you're simping one-time sex.
Okay.
It's the cottage hardcore.
Hardcore cottagecore get just said.
Yeah.
In this simp back and forth messaging between intern Johnny and intern simp, the prospective not yet an intern simp, intern Johnny has like been extremely vocal about his desirous preference for a blue hedgehog skin dress. Like it's his thing. He really likes a girl in a blue hedgehog skin dress.
But then who's gonna
Do you
make
mean
the red?
not a red one?
No, you don't know it's red.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
think it's
bringing a
blue.
blue. I'm bringing a blue dress. I would not disappoint. I would not disappoint intern Johnny, who is my world.
I'm trying to set up a horrible tragedy right now. Also, push that Maya's character is the person who eventually becomes intern Carpet.
Whoa. Push. Simp is wearing glass slippers, and there are the makings of a Cinderella story.
I mean, I think we can do we need the glass slipper? I think we can push. We can accomplish the Cinderella story without being so baked.
I'm into the glass slippers. Can they be? Maybe there's also some color blindness hijinks with the slippers.
Okay.
I think you should just Maya. You should
They're
just
not glass. They're amber.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the simp coach being having all these random suggestions, like a tiny cottage for sex, glass slippers.
Yeah. I really need someone like this in my life.
For some reason, when Maya was describing the cottage, I was picturing Carmen specifically being and you just need you should have a little cottage. You should have a little cottage for sex, so that Mama can't be there. That's really important. And I was trying to think of a name for the character before they became Carpet and Carmen, and I was going to suggest your name's Sunday.
Whoa, what?
That's a nice name.
I only did this all because I was Maya's character doesn't have a name, and then I was it should be a historical figure. Anyway, so do we accept this push?
I like Sunday. Sunday's cute.
Okay, let's do Sunday.
Is it Sunday like ice cream Sunday or a day of the week?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
She gets that question so often, and she doesn't. She gives different answers to different people. Push.
Okay, I accept that.
I wish I could push in real life.
Yeah, I like it.
So the whole time
I feel we had. I felt the one thing we had unresolved was the glass slippers, because there were some pushes and we didn't resolve them. Who's wearing the glass slippers? How are we feeling about that?
We're making the mover wear the glass slippers.
But they're actually amber.
Okay, the mover
Where
is
did they
wearing.
come from?
The mover is wearing amber glass high heels. I vote for that push. That's a good one.
Sure, I'm into it.
I'm not sure why, but
Will Amber be I think the obvious thing that I'm worried about now that I have to move the tank, some fountains and stuff, is glass slippers. I feel could crack under the weight. Would amber slippers?
No.
Amber's a stone, so it's like wearing stone
Okay,
slippers.
so these aren't amber slippers. These are amber slippers.
I'm thinking there's little bugs in them.
Okay.
Push.
That makes
There's
sense.
Some little bugs in them. These are cool slippers. I like these.
Yeah, I want
Jurassic
these.
Park meets Cinderella.
Yeah.
Push, there's an unidentified virus inside of the amber that's been like dormant for 400 years.
No! Oh my god! I need to look at the timeline right now to see what that could potentially affect.
It might not happen. It's there. It's in these slippers.
Yeah, it never comes up. It's just incidental to the slippers. These are, I call them my calamity slippers.
It could become the virus that eventually creates Kyle. I'm just saying that's like the next thing on the assembly line.
Is
On the
Kyle a
executive
real
assembly
Cinderella
line.
story?
Yeah, that's that should have been the first. That should have been the question for the night. Is Kyle a real Cinderella story? Push to change the question. No, I'm kidding. We still have to resolve his hedgehog dress.
So the whole time that Johnny's been receiving like simp notifications, and Isaiah's been like kind of sweating. Johnny was making that coffee, but did it ever get made?
No, because I'm not around.
I want to answer that question, but first I want to throw in one more element, is that only intern Johnny has been talking to interns, but Johnny has been pretending the entire time to switch between being Isaiah and Johnny, and intern Johnny has developed a whole intern like Isaiah persona when he wants to like act out of character and like kind of be a little bit more like forward with intern steps.
Whoa. What kind of questions has he been asking as intern Isaiah?
Intern Isaiah's like intern Isaiah's like more like horny. And
are there
like,
two remote controls or three?
Intern Kirk probably thinks like intern Isaiah is the more interested one, because intern Johnny, even though he's been the only one talking the whole time, whenever he like feels shy, he throws on the mask of intern Isaiah and gets spicier.
Oh my.
He's like using intern Isaiah as a cover.
Yeah, it's like he's in love with intern Simp, but intern Simp is in love with the persona of Isaiah because she believes intern Isaiah is the one who actually wants her. But really it's all Johnny, but he's kind of like completely sabotaged himself.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm setting up yeah.
Intern Johnny or intern Isaiah has a foot fetish, but it's like a prehistoric foot fetish of like a prehistoric woman that's been like, her feet got stuck in like the mud, and then so like she died, but her feet were calcified inside of amber. And so he has a fetish of that.
Okay, so that means if it's intern Isaiah, that means intern Isaiah has taken an interest in Boy Cruz. Because she miraculously, yeah. Or if it's intern Johnny, he's taking. But I think it's better if intern Johnny is interested in intern Simp and intern Isaiah is interested in Boy Cruz, just to keep the.
But intern Simp thinks that it's intern Isaiah who's interested in her when it's actually intern Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, and intern Isaiah is like, intern Simp is interested in intern Isaiah, but intern Isaiah is now interested in Boy Cruz. The networks are good and confusing.
Yeah, it's very Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespearean in its complexity.
In the meantime, intern Johnny is making. He didn't know how to make an espresso at all, so he just made an Americano and is trying to like sneakily dump out enough of the Americano so there's an espresso amount of coffee left, and he hands over the cup to Boy Cruz, which is clearly like you can see like the splashes and the dump marks. Like you probably saw what he did.
Push. It was still kind of dripping on the cup, and it dripped into the tank as he was like handing it to Boy.
And
intern
a
Isaiah
single
goes,
dramatic drop of coffee just like goes into it and like starts dissolving, and they all imagine that the tank became a lot browner than it was. Like in reality, nothing changed. It was just one blot, but they all are like, "Oh my god, we've changed this forever."
Oh my no!
How does intern Isaiah feel about the drop of coffee that has now changed his art?
So intern
Maybe it was
Isaiah.
always the piece that was missing.
Intern Isaiah says, "Aren't you gonna get in so much trouble now that that's been compromised?"
Archivist Deal calls. I'm calling boy.
Yes, boss.
What's taking so long? Did they think it was funny or not?
Well, it's kind of. They thought it was like kind of funny, but like it's kind of one of those things that gets funnier like the more you think about it. I advise you call back in a couple of hours.
Well, I need that back up here, so bring it up here, and then we can bring it down again later to see if they think it's funnier.
That sounds good.
Just make sure you don't accidentally get anything into the water at all.
No, that would be really bad, right? And you'd be able to tell.
Yeah, definitely, because that stuff was crystal clear.
Yeah,
you can
and
tell there is not 1 ounce of corruption in that entire volume of water. Very impressive. Actually,
Right.
part of what I thought was so funny about it.
And you feel confident you're seeing well lately, and that your eyes are. There's been a rash of color blindness going around.
Most people say as they get older, their eyesight deteriorates, but I feel like I've only been able to see things clearer with every passing day.
Yeah, somebody thought my shoes were made of glass earlier, which is funny because they're very clearly amber.
Funny how life is. Anyway, back to work, please. I need that back up here now.
Sure thing, boss. I get right on it.
He's been a very good sport about being forced to wear these amber shoes for no known reason.
Like they
I
really,
think he chose them.
Okay, it was like his decision.
Yeah, he wore them.
Yeah,
they really hurt, but they also look okay.
I'm imagining like actual like slipper shaped slippers that are like flat bottomed with like a big like wedge or a big chunky wrap on top.
What
like
happens
this
is
sort of thing.
I lift up my foot and the slipper separates. So when I put my foot back down, the like hard, sharp rock bounces off the ground, stabbing into my heel. Makes a really loud click, and I have to walk in a particular way to stop that from happening. It's a really
That's
badly
very
designed
like
shoe.
a dark fairy tale, like in The Little Mermaid, where every time she walks, it's like knives stabbing her. But you're
Wow.
not doing it for love; you're just doing it for carrying furniture.
Yeah, it's not like a fairy tale. It's more like Thursday shift.
yeah. Like I'm just picturing a clip of intern boy Cruz, like pushing a cart with like a piece of art on it, and in the back, like the background music is like
It is beautiful.
Anyways, so that's whenever Boy Cruz is by herself, that's the music that's playing. Or maybe when Isaiah looks at her shoes, that's the music that plays in the background.
Either that or like da 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 da.
Oh right, yeah. So it's we also need a Cinderella.
It's a
song in
combination.
there. Cinderella. All those songs play like
Is
kind of mixed
Bibbidi
together.
Bobbidi Boop from Cinderella, or is it from?
Is
Is
it?
it?
Bibbidi bobbidi.
Yes.
No, I thought it was from
100%.
Arthur.
It's when she's
Oh, the fairy godmother, yeah.
Yeah, you're my Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop, the like my synth manager.
Your fairy godmother.
Yeah, simp mama and
There's
fairy
like,
simp mother.
As like people build a sex shack for me, the bibbidi bobbidi boop song is playing in the background. It's like little like mice and like gnomes and
No, little
hedgehogs
echidnas.
building a sex
Little
shack.
Sonics building little Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
Sonic the
building.
Hedgehog building like a sex shack for me and like
Oh my
helping with
God.
my game over dress.
Because it's made out of echidnas, that's why.
That's
He's
made
like,
out of
oh, thank God.
Push the songs that you're listening to are all like a combination of one song, and they're all like Skrillex. What's the thing of what's Skrillex again? What genre of music? Dubstep? There's a dubstep combination of all of those three songs is playing in the background, and it like remixes all of those.
Bippity boppity, wow, wow, wow.
Na 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 wah wah.
And there's way too many bass drops in it.
Yeah. Wow, this is a good. We should get Ben McCarthy to make this track for us. You know.
Yeah.
Every now and again, a
It's
T-Rex noise
it's bibbidi bobbidi boop. It's a Jurassic Park theme song, and it's like this track from The Little Mermaid, and it's got way too many bass drops. I think you just make it like.
There actually is a bunch of stuff like that on YouTube. It's like Disney soundtracks that they've turned into like dance songs.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah.
So maybe to get it for free, we should just go on some of those YouTube accounts in the comment section, like next to Jurassic Park meets Little Mermaid meets Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop, and just do that on every one of those channels until one of them.
Until they give. We'll be simping in real life to get art for our role-playing game simp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you commented that on enough of those kinds of accounts, like someone would probably just make it. Like I feel if I ran that kind of account and someone made that outlandish of a suggestion, I'd be like, okay, let's do it.
I would
Challenge
too.
accepted.
I'm gonna
Like,
play.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, say something else, Ian. Because I was gonna move the story.
Oh, I right before you move the story, because I think we are like, yeah, I think we should eventually, we should soon lead to like the night of the dance kind of scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need to think of the plot of Cinderella and and make sure that we have everyone cast, because I think the casting is we've split Cinderella into half, and Cinderella is both intern simp and boy Cruz, and the prince has also been split into half into Isaiah and Johnny, where like Isaiah is actually sort of like the rich one that doesn't care or something, or cares about that, and Johnny's the one that actually loves her regardless of the slippers. But I guess it switches depending on which character you're connecting with who. So we need to figure out.
Because I don't even have the slippers.
Yeah, it's also clear though that the fairy godmother is Sunday, the brand manager Sunday. So we just need to figure out who John Deal is.
Oh, must be who's the bad guy in that story?
The evil stepsister.
Yes.
The stepsister or the stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess Mama Simp is like the opposite of the evil stepmother.
But if you're the main boss, maybe.
But I am to Joy, or Boy, as John. I am to Boy as the evil stepmother is to Cinderella.
So
And
the
this
stepmother
John Deal
is
is
also
to me.
split in half. The stepmother is John Deal and Mama Simp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Simp is like the part of the evil stepmother that's like encouraging her like daughter, her like evil stepsisters to go to the ball and stopping Cinderella, because she's kind of stopped. Anyways, okay, I think we've got it mapped up. We've got 2 stepmothers, 2 princes, 2 Cinderellas, and 1 fairy godmother. You know, making the magic happen.
Just have to map us out
Two simps as well with Mama Simp.
Which Jurassic Park characters we are. I'm the T-Rex.
Johnny's like, I didn't say the magic word. Push the night of the dance, or the night of the opening, the lights will be blue, so her dress will look blue to everyone until the lights come up at midnight.
Whoa. This is a lot.
Mhm.
All right. You can be the character of time in this, so I'm going to be time and advance us
As a
to the night of
secondary
the dance.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to team it also be listening.
And during this time, just so everybody knows that during this time, Isaiah's sent 2 more boxes to be installed, but they haven't had time to be. They kind of got there a bit late, so they haven't actually been unpacked yet. They're still sitting in John Field's office.
All the executives or all the people who were putting on the fan art lobby contest crowdsource thing have been bothering the archivist deal about, like, they've made him do all the like logistics of it, so he's just is very annoyed right now because he's just had to do this thing pretty much for free and had his whole space taken over, and now it's like taken over permanently by this art collective company thing. But they also made him like do the one who receives all the emails and requests for like who's sending what fountains, and then like give him a
deal like Tough Guy Mountain ruined my life.
And he had to make the spreadsheet to send to them to like so they could facilitate their choosing. He had to cut the spreadsheet down to like a top 5, so he knows all the fountains very intimately, but doesn't get any of the respect. Like the people from Tough Guy Mountain are going to be the ones giving the speeches and stuff.
The people from Tough Guy Mountain are the secondary characters. Blue, Doc, and MLE.
So how is Emily me again? Is Emily intern curse?
No, Emily is much closer to just you.
Okay, it's just like me. Okay.
Like imagine 1,000 years ago, you like sort of like vaguely joined a group of people who discovered a magical dimension called the Brandscape, and then like made an artist collective, and then became an evil corporation.
Yeah, I can. That's totally within the realm of my imagination.
Cool. Good. Glad we covered that.
I'm wearing a urinal dress.
Was that inspired by me? Are you simping me?
No, it's inspired by my speech.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You wrote the speech, and then I just compared myself to a urinal. I'm sorry for accusing you of simping me.
No, we're reciprocating.
Okay.
I want to push what the urinal dress looks like, Maya, but obviously you can push back because it's your idea. It's like the shape of a urinal, but like it exposes both breasts because like the bar just covers the shoulder and has a handle on the bar like right in the middle of your collarbone, and your whole torso is exposed, and the bottom of the urinal comes out around your like hips and behind right above the legs.
Wow.
That's really powerful. I second it. That's great.
Okay. Good, I'll write that down. I'll make sure that's in the final notes, what the urinal dress looked like. I do think at some point I'll have to like go back. What?
Do urinals have a little puck in them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my shoes are the little urinal pucks.
That's so cute. I picture
Is there
all,
one sewn to your crotch as well?
I don't know what's in the crotch area. Maybe like a little fountain as well?
A drain, a metal drain.
Okay.
I'm picturing this, you know those like cute high heel slippers that are like sort of like clear plastic on the bottom and their heel, and then they have very fuzzy, floofy, colorful straps over them. You know the kind of shit I'm talking about?
Kind of.
Like little like floofy fuzz, just like one little piece of fuzz that is like the strap of the sandal, and it's like pink or something, and then the bottom of the shoe is like a clear plastic like medium heel.
Yeah, and I can picture that.
Platform or not platform?
Not quite platform, just heel. Just or like no, I guess it is platform, but it's just a very mild one. Maybe some of them are bigger actually. There's probably come in all shapes. So I'm picturing that, but it's urinal cakes instead of fuzz.
Wow.
Like the whole thing looks like it's made out of urinal cake. It's like a little urinal cake on top of your foot, and the sole is made of the same material as the urinal cake. Visual.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's beautiful.
All right, we figured out the costume of one of the characters. I think we already know about intern Simp's costume. I think both Isaiah and Johnny are probably both just wearing the coveralls, but maybe have bow ties with their coveralls, intern formal wear.
And intern Isaiah has a big pregnant belly.
And Boy Cruz is wearing the slippers and just her work uniform. Like not just trying to get her job done.
I'm as Doc, aka like Maya, the character who's a stand-in for Maya. She's there representing Tough Guy Mountain and going to do the speech. I go over to intern Isaiah and I say, Intern Isaiah, I see you're MPreg. That's great news. When are you due?
It wasn't announced publicly yet. I'm not in my second trimester. I might still lose the baby.
Wow, good to way to protect yourself there, intern Isaiah.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand. I'm really excited about this kind of thing. So let me know, and I can help you make some posts about it or something.
Hey, I have a question for you about posts. I've noticed that there are some missing, or I saw that there's some art that didn't make it into the exhibit here, some fan art that was submitted. Where is that posting up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really very busy. I have to go now.
What? No, there's art that's missing here.
Doc just hurries off.
Damn it.
Lost in the crowd.
Oh, hey, Taco.
Oh, hello.
Dan, I was really rooting for intern Isaiah to get his art in the show there, but just not meant to be.
Well, intern Isaiah goes off to break into John Deal's office.
I like to imagine that John Deal is just waiting there in his office.
Yes.
Sorry,
yeah, that sounds good.
His name is Archivist Deal. Archivist Deal.
I am waiting there in my office.
Hey, I see these two boxes are clearly marked fan art lobby decor show. Can I help you? I don't know where Boy Cruz is, but I bet I could help you get these pieces up before more of a crowd gathers.
Oh, I'm here. I just got back from the washroom.
And then Boy Cruz steps in saying, "Oh, I'm here. I just got back from the washroom." But then intern Isaiah keys into the clicky clack. I'm more like stomp, stomp, stomp of the shoe. And says, "Will you help me take this art into the art gallery?"
Boss, are these supposed to go down?
Yeah, I wasn't really planning on them because I don't see in what way they represent the fan art of this whatever thing. I'm not happy to be doing this, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have standards.
There you go. Sorry.
But if you came here to if you want to see it done, I'm not going to stop you. Let's just say that.
I just don't want any young, aspiring, emerging artists to have their hopes dashed simply because of this is really like an open call show.
We were all young once, right, buddy?
How is it Isaiah's also pregnant during this scene?
Yeah, I want the world that my baby is born into to be one where if you submit to an open call, you don't get called, especially if you pay a submission fee.
I didn't get no submission fee for this.
There's like a $25 per submission fee, and you can submit as many times as you want. But you have to pay $25 each time.
I'm going to have to send some emails about this. And Archivist Deal goes to sit down on his computer to send some angry emails to people who are here at the party right now, just outside of his office. Just stewing. Intern
Isaiah turns to Boy and says, "In my current condition, my doctor doesn't recommend me lifting anything heavier than 25 kilograms. Will you help me move this?"
I never tried this in real life.
I think it really sucks since there's a lot about your character that you intentionally made these both 30-kilogram boxes, but I will oblige.
Do you ever just pretend to be MPreg to just get girls to do stuff for you?
Push the ground below is like light boxes, so it's illuminating the Ember shoes in a very brilliant way.
Bibbidi bobbidi wow wow wow.
If intern Isaiah has a boner at all, you can't tell because there's the basketball.
It's nice when you can tuck your boner up against your pregnant belly in situations like this.
Between the basketball and your...
Pregnant men can actually have boners whenever they want.
Yeah, more men should do it to disguise their boners.
Yeah. This is one of the reasons why being MPreg is actually becoming quite popular. Just keeps you discreet. Maybe let's jump over to Sunday and Simp, who have showed. They're standing at the ball under the blue lights. They're both wearing really interesting dresses, and Mama Simp is there too because she wants to make sure everything goes right for her little girl.
What's she wearing?
Yeah, what's Mama Simp wearing? Any suggestions?
Maybe whatever she's wearing says "Game On."
Game.
And has like a basketball on it or something.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's a...
Maybe she's just wearing like a shirt with like a basketball and it says like "Game On."
Game on.
Yeah.
I like jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's a good like mom manager look because she doesn't want to like outshine me, but wants to be on brand.
Yeah,
basketball that says "Game On." Yeah, we should all make shirts like that for ourselves.
Yeah, I agree.
As part of our role-playing club.
Yeah, it'll be our role-playing game shirt. She has Mama Sid is wearing like an obvious like headset, like intern Simp has a more subtle earpiece that Mama Sid can link into, but Mama Sid's not being subtle. She's like got a full like walkie-talkie headset going on and is barking instructions occasionally.
Is Simp there? Like where we are?
Yeah, Simp is talking to Sunday.
Okay, we're all talking together. Okay.
Mama Simp seems to be behaving as though she believes no one can see her. But her presence is actually quite overbearing and everyone notices. But she acts like like she's invisible.
Okay, wait. Push. Mama Simp just randomly sometimes says, "I'm just a mom." Sometimes.
And then also sometimes like time to get our game on. And then I'm like, no, Mom, it's game over.
So back at the cottage when they would have dinner together, they like their cheers would be Mama Simp raising glass saying game on, and intern Simp raising her glass saying game over, and then they clink and they sip and they enjoy their meal.
Yeah,
Lovely.
that's our family dinner.
Yeah, so with you two characters now, and Mama Simp, I guess, nearby.
So, how are you feeling about the big night? Are you ready?
Game over.
Okay, I like that spirit. Nice, unusual dress you're wearing. What is this?
Do you think I'm gonna have sex tonight with this dress?
Did you build the cabin like I told you to?
Yeah, it's like a half built. It just doesn't. It just doesn't have a roof. It just doesn't have a roof, but it has walls.
Oh, okay. Well, there are some traditions where like there are like houses that don't have roofs on them. Is there something that's like kind of like a roof on it, or is it fully like exposed to the stars?
I put like a blanket over it, and the blanket says like "game over" on the bottom.
Okay. I don't think your chance of sex is like super likely because it's not fully complete, but it's possible.
Like I could get someone to the cabin, and then they'll be like, "No."
Well, you just don't know what they're gonna say because a man or a woman or anybody just likes a nice roof, and that's how you get them. That's what gets them excited.
Yeah.
Maybe intern Simp believes that if she can have sex with an intern, she can become an intern.
Yeah. It's like aspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all about connections, right? Like who getting in is kind of like about having an in.
Yeah. What intern Simp does not know is that all you have to do to become a Tough Guy Mountain intern is like fill out a 1-page application and then you're just in.
Yeah.
This is all for not.
But their website
romantically.
Their website is very bad. So
I just like the drama.
What also you don't know is that when you become an intern, that you become like your genitals are like smooth like Barbies. They just disappear.
Okay, so I have to.
So you can't even have sex with an intern.
So I have to get somebody. Fuck, I'm fucked. My two goals suddenly seem kind of like at odds with each other.
Okay, so then Doc like goes up to the microphone and is like, hello everybody. Hi. We will soon be announcing the winners of the fan art lobby contest. We are just waiting for Archivist Deal to bring us the final results. We emailed it to him, so I'm just waiting for him to send me an email back to confirm those results. We had the executives of Tough Guy Mountain picked which fan art lobby decor they like the most, and you're going to see that soon as we get this email from Archivist Deal.
The room is like way too packed. Like there are there's thousands of submissions. Like no one can even really stand comfortably. It's just like this like hectic, chaotic, tight labyrinth of fountains and furniture.
And they're like it's like been chained to the wall too, like salon style, and it's still on the floor.
The lower half of like everybody's outfits are like slightly damp from all of like the water being like off gassed or like dripping from the fountains.
There's a solid like 2 inches of water on the ground, just everywhere.
Yeah.
With
How's that gonna
still the
affect the
lighting,
Well,
like the under lighting on the floor still, right? It'd be beautiful. It sounds beautiful. What a night.
Yeah.
Boy and Isaiah burst in, saying, "Wait, we found 2 more submissions. Do not call the judging yet."
I love Isaiah announcing this like after the stipulation that there's like way too many submissions. Like, wait, there are 2 more.
It's like when you're like, oh, 5 minutes late, but deadline closes at midnight, but I'm gonna submit it anyway.
Yeah.
oh, I do that and I email them and I say that they have to accept it.
Do you say like, oh, my time zone? In my time zone, it was 11:05.
I say some really crazy things have been happening and I didn't have internet and it's like I actually already had it ready to send.
Nice. I should try that. I'm always like, I feel like I've often had it like 5 minutes late or something.
You gotta shoot.
What
you gotta go for
what
it.
you can do is you can I mean, you could just submit a Google Drive link and then before the deadline.
Then update them.
And then update the link. Or update the content in the link. Ideally all with the same name.
What?
And then don't wait too late to do this because then they can notice that you've done that.
Wait, sorry, can you say that again? This sounds good, but
if it's not like a Google Forms that like has a specific inaccessibility date, which you might sometimes be able to access if you change your VPN location. But you like send like here's a Google Drive containing all my information. You have like PDFs of everything, single thing that's already listed there, but maybe it's not finished. But then you like it's the same. You can like update each file within that, and it like still shows us like this was updated. This was
so
like
you can submit it while you're
time.
still working on it. Basically.
Yes, but don't leave it for too late.
Yeah.
How late is too late?
Well, I mean, just like they might they might call everything like together. They might take all of them, download all the submissions together the next day or something to prevent this.
That's what John Deal did for this contest.
That's why the boxes were left outside. Isaiah was like, but my VPN was sent to Hawaii.
So everyone like it's like while you burst in while Doc was announcing stuff, and so everyone's quiet and they all turn to look at you, and then Doc's like, I'm sorry, but the executive's already picked. I mean, I could snap a picture of it and send it to them, but like they've already seen 1,000 other fan art lobby things, so I don't know why they'll pick yours really, but I can try anyway. I'm happy to help. I'll take a picture and send it to the executives right now.
And Isaiah says they've never seen anything like this, and then pulls out a box knife threateningly and opens up the box with the box knife, and then opens the box and says, "Wait, what is this?" And then from inside, he pulls out a blue hedgehog skin rug.
Wait, it was in the box?
Yeah, it was in the box.
This is great.
Like Isaiah made it?
No, he didn't make it, no.
It's in there mysteriously?
Appeared there.
Just in a different box.
It's
Okay,
so
but we still don't know who submitted it.
No. But anyway, Doc snaps a picture of it to send to the executives.
In the meantime, intern Johnny is walking up to intern Simp, and he can't. In the blue light, he sees a blue hedgehog dress. Johnny forgets that most of his advances online were made under the moniker of intern Isaiah, and walks sort of nervously up to intern Simp and says, "May I have this dance?"
But you're
There's no
into
music
intern.
playing.
And there's no room to dance.
Intern
Yeah.
Johnny, it's so nice to see you. I'm such a big fan, but do you know where intern Isaiah is?
And I guess it dawns on intern Johnny that like his cowardice has caught up to him. And he's like, "Oh no, every time I hit on you, I did it under my friend's name." And
This is like a
He
real
looks-
Serrano de Bergerac situation, huh?
Intern Johnny looks like, downcast as the futility of his romantic aspirations dawn on him, and he goes, I'll go look for him for you." And
Do
he
you like
walks off.
my address, intern Johnny? I think intern Isaiah is gonna really like it.
He as he's walking away, he turns back and looks at the dress and says, "It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." and then he keeps walking. Intern Johnny goes and tries to find intern Isaiah.
Okay, push a new thing. I'm going to change what Doc said previously. It's that they haven't received a final result from the executives yet. The executives have not decided on one they like the most. So that happened. Then snapped a picture of the Sonic of the Hedgehog rug and sent that along, and now still waiting for results.
With
And
a very
I go back-
confused Isaiah pictured in the back, like holding it up. What?
Oh?
I'm sure the executives are working really hard to come up with a decision on who wins the fan art lobby contest. So if you all just wait a little bit longer, I'm sure we'll have results soon from our executives.
Intern Johnny stumbles over to intern Isaiah and doesn't even notice that intern Isaiah is in the middle of things with, I guess, what is he's with Mr. Deal and Boy Cruz, and intern Johnny just starts like ranting, like, really squeaking and ranting about the pickle he's gotten himself into. Like, he just starts like really venting to his cubicle mate about the difficulties in his life and telling him how he pretended he was intern Isaiah whenever he felt nervous about wanting to hit on her, and now she wants to be you and not me, and then it's all gotten out of control. I don't know if intern Johnny even has a goal right now. He's just this like panic oversharing with intern Isaiah and revealing the entire difficulties of his situation and how he's implicated intern Isaiah.
What does Boy think about this?
Well, are we still moving have I moved the boxes?
Yeah,
One of the boxes contained that hedgehog rug
Yeah.
that we're all wondering about.
So I feel pretty satisfied about moving those boxes. That's kind of my character's, start of the day, end of the day right there.
Yeah, like we haven't created a love triangle here. We just someone has a crush on Boy Cruz, but Boy Cruz just is
You've created
indifferent to
wall
everyone.
that I'm
Yeah.
I'm
You're
Boy
on
Cruz
the
is just trying to do their job.
yeah, I'm stretching my back, and I'm like, I've taken off one of the shoes, and I'm kind of rubbing my foot, and it's like bleeding a bit because it is pretty sharp.
Push the eroticism of your bleeding feet, coming out of the amber shoes, is like a startling view for anybody who might have a proclivity towards that. And the water around all of this, because there's like 2 feet of water on the
Bleeding foot
ground.
fetishists.
The water, it starts to glow around that area because the water is rippling around. What's happening?
Oh, really? I hope I don't get an infection.
Intern Isaiah, like I'm like probably like that's probably enough to distract intern Isaiah from hearing anything that Johnny just revealed.
Yeah, I think so. Instead,
as-
intern Isaiah turns from Johnny to boy and takes the rug and just wraps it and carefully cradles the bleeding foot with the rug.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was nice of you, but this is a porcupine cloak, and you've made sort of a new problem.
Doc comes back to the mic and is like, okay, everyone, interns, artists, participants, listen up. We have a decision finally. It may be a bit unorthodox, but the executive saw that last picture I sent of the rug, and they have decided that is the best submission to the fan art lobby contest. I don't know if it was a submission or who did it, or it came in so late. It doesn't look like any of the other stuff. It doesn't incorporate our logos, but I mean, it's just whatever the executives say we got to go with. So I guess whoever made that rug, come up here and get your it's you won. I don't think you get anything for it, but you won.
You get exposure.
And then nobody comes up initially, but the rug box came from John Deal's room because he's lived around here for a long time. He's actually familiar with the Green Hills zone, and he's spent a lot of time hunting blue hedgehogs there specifically. He went to the part of the Green Hill zones where the blue hedgehogs were, but he
That's
doesn't
where I
know.
live.
Yeah. No, you live where the red hedgehogs are, which I assume is nearby, adjacent.
Okay, right. There's that mix-up.
Mama Simp, intern Simp here is coming in through her sophisticated headpiece, just like game on, game on, game on, and Mama Simp, who thinks that she seems to still believe she's invisible, starts like tiptoeing over towards the blue hedgehog rug. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Isaiah's just kind of like holding the rug and like kind of like moving it back and forth so that boy's like foot kind of just moves back and forth in front of, and with a shoe kind of like also just placed in the rug for some reason.
Doc goes up to you and is like, excuse me, that is a winning work of art. I'm gonna have to take that from you.
You can never take her from me.
No, I mean the rug, silly. That
Johnny
just won the
just-
contest.
Johnny just screams at Isaiah, "Aren't you even listening to me?"
And the door to Archivist Deal's office swung open because Archivist Deal was CC'd on the email that the executives sent back. The email they sent back was just like, "Great, love it." They sent a picture of, they had not given any other instructions as to who would win, so Doc just assumes that means the hedgehog. The email was just a picture of the hedgehog rug sent, so they haven't heard anything else about who might have won the contest, so they assume that the executive just mean the hedgehog rug did.
I really need to find Isaiah because I need to lose my virginity and win an internship tonight after spending so long on the dress.
You hear in your headphones Mama Simp saying, shout something out like, the hedgehog rug will bless one among us tonight and create the next intern. Just say something like that. Just go with it.
Okay. So I need to get that. I need to get that rug.
No. Mama Simp is telling you, like, just say this out loud, like yell this at everyone and get their attention and make this speech. I'll take care of the rest, sweetie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna shout what you just said. That whoever gets the rug will get an internship and lose her virginity.
People
and
just start dogpiling it. Like everyone starts running to try to grab the rug.
We'll lose her virginity to intern Isaiah.
Mama Simp thinks that she's still invisible, gets her hands on it first, and just starts pretending she's a ghost, and like moving it towards her daughter, like whoa, but doesn't understand why everyone is chasing her violently.
She gets like spear tackled by Archivist Deal while carrying, who's like, "That I won. That's my rug. I'm the winner. I won the contest. This is the best day of my life."
Okay, but I'm literally wearing the rug.
Back.
Yeah, you should run in there and cat fight him for it or something.
I'm gonna fight him. He's going down. It's game over for him.
The rug rips in two because we're both pulling on it.
Whoa.
Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like John Deal, low key, like emerging as a Cinderella evil stepsister character at the last moment.
Yeah. Yeah, because they cut off their own toes to fit in the slipper.
Yeah, exactly.
Fairy godmother Sunday comes over and poses a like existential question to them both and says, I can either so I want to do like the Solomon story of like two dead there's two babies.
Two dead babies.
You got two dead babies.
No, two mothers fall asleep with their two babies and one of them dies. Each mother says that the baby is theirs, so they bring them to King Solomon, and King Solomon says, okay, to test whose baby this actually is, I'll kill this baby and cut it in half. And the mother that's true will say, no, it's okay. I don't want the baby to die. They can have it. The mother that's false will say, I want the cut in half baby. I want to do some sort of like thing like
I'm down
that.
one baby. I take a half a baby. It's fine. Classic.
Yeah, good test.
Bad people in this world just want half babies.
So I say, like, I'll bring this hedgehog rug back to life. How do I make
I'm
this
just
work?
sitting. John Deal is just sitting in the water with like the both halves of the rug crying into it, because and like sobbing, like this was all that was left of my old business. I had to put everything away. This was the only one of my hedgehog rugs that I could keep. Everything else was just fountains. This is the only one that still fit here, as he's getting like really wet and the rug is ripped and wet too.
So is it like a thing where if I truly love the rug, I'll let it go, but if I don't if I'm not in it for the right reasons, I'll accept half a rug?
I think you're getting a ton of attention right now because everyone's like, oh my gosh, hedgehog rugs are the hottest things right now. Blue hedgehog rugs are the hottest things right now. Her blue hedgehog dress is like so hot. Everyone is simping you now and like wants to be your friend.
Yeah.
How close to midnight are we?
What do you
Especially
do
intern Johnny.
what do you do as a simp when you become simped after?
Yeah, that's strange.
Yes.
Yeah, what does the fairy godmother think about watching this development?
Well, she's holding. She just did the King Solomon thing.
No, I
With
know,
the
but now
two-
she's looking at her simp disciple who is currently being simped after by a crowd.
Oh, I think she's like very upset by it, and then she says, "No, I put you down on my chart as the simp, not the simp E. We can't reverse this." And she's like kicking up water all around her and is like really upset.
They're
Getting kind of Rumpelstiltskin-y.
I'm having like an identity crisis on several levels right now, like trying to decide about the rug, my status as a simp or simpy.
It is like-
Go ahead.
Now, I was getting the movie in my head. I was getting the movie Carrie confused with the movie Firestarter, and I was going to be like, it is still like opposite Carrie because instead of burning the party down, it's flooded with water. But I think the movie
So-
Firestarter.
Doesn't Carrie lock everybody in and light the
There's like
thing on
blood
fire?
everywhere. Oh yes,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
They dumped blood on her as a prank. That's why she's covered with blood, right? That's like why
That's a
she
bad
snaps
prank.
and kills everyone. Yeah, it was.
Oh, but
It's the worst
she
prank.
does light it on fire though, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
on fire by the end. Yeah.
Great, opposite Carrie. Yeah.
Intern Johnny decides, like, to heck with it. I'm going to tell her how I feel and what really happened. And he's walking towards intern Simp,
Then
telling her that it was never Isaiah. It was always me. I've, always had these feelings for you. And as he gets closer and finishes his tale, the light gets turned on.
Wait, push.
Yeah.
Push fairy godmother turns the lights on as revenge.
Oh, because I fucked up as a synth by
You broke
becoming
your
too
contract.
glamorous. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're putting me back in my place, basically.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden, the whole crowd that was lusting after you is now kind of
They're
like,
huh?
ew, well, what? And intern Johnny, who has just confessed his love, is now staring at this red dress with just
That's
terror
not
and
the girl I
confusion.
fell in love with. It was
Yeah.
a blue dress.
Yeah.
a couple of boos from the audience, strangely.
So intern Isaiah hasn't been paying attention to any of this love confession at all. He's been gently cradling the one amber shoe and the foot of Boy in the other hand, so one at each, ever since the rug was taken from him. And he says to Boy, I didn't think about, all I cared about in life before was my secret art practice with basketballs, but now I see that there's so much more to life. Boy, will you marry me and maybe we can start a family with my basketball baby here? I wouldn't want to do it with anyone but you.
No. I appreciate that you like my shoes or whatever, but I'm not sure that this is a good foundation for a relationship.
Are you sure?
I like to
Are you
move
sure?
things back and forth. And I just don't know how you can fit into that.
If I can't fit into your life, I can't fit in anywhere here. And Isaiah drops he drops both the shoe and the foot. The shoe drops and he stubs his toe, and then the foot just goes back down on the ground. He says, "I this is it. I've got to leave. I'm going to go find myself as a brand shepherd in brand zone XYZ. This has been too much. This is too much. I can't be in the same building as you anymore."
Push as he slams the door closed. That one of the amber slippers crack.
Oh, does that mean the virus is exposed?
Yeah, and one of the little bugs inside the amber spyglass, no one notices, but it just gets up the amber shoe gets off and flies away without anyone noticing.
That's a good ending.
Yeah, the planet is doomed.
It's like
I always imagine that intern Isaiah had a really epic reason he became a branch shepherd. It's great to find out that, like, no, just like his first crush didn't work out and he was very extra about it.
Well, he'd really worked himself up about the performance piece that he thought he was going to do. So he had a lot of adrenaline to ride on.
Yeah.
He had to be dramatic somehow.
It's a good plot twist. You always just assume that, like, the sort of, like, you know, lonely what's it called, the lonely hermit has a good reason for being a hermit. It's funny, just like, no, just like when I was young, I got really dramatic over something, and then it was too embarrassed to come back, so I just like, yeah, I kind of liked it out here. So
Did I ever get my internship?
We'll have to answer that another day, too.
That's when you're the lens.
Yeah, I think that was unconclusive in the story. I like the idea that intern Simp has to, like, go through many trials and tribulations just because she doesn't know that you can just sign up and it takes 30 seconds to be an intern.
But intern Simp's not going to give up as easy as Isaiah or let this one setback stop her from like, continuing to harass the interns. She has a good work ethic.
Yeah, she's a much more resolute.
She's persistent in seeking her desires, even if she's going about it in an overly convoluted way.
I feel like these things are so, like this one in specific, but even some of the other ones we played in this are so, like, dense with information now. Like, you know, we really, like, started sprinkling in a lot of, like, canonical facts. Like, I feel like I'd have to watch the video recording and just, like, record everything in point form or something to catch all the lore.
You should do that, just if only to make the little, because we didn't add much description to the little card that we added for tonight. So would you do that to fill it out?
Yeah.
Well, you know who sent the rug? It was well, Isaiah and Boy brought the rug, but it was an accidental submission from John, or from Archivist Deal.
So Archivist Deal accidentally submitted the rug. It was a relic